Arcane Fiberworks is just killing it with these Halloween colorways this year. There's something about the combination of the colors. They're just so saturated. Also, the yarn is incredibly soft. Last time you and I got together, we were talking about their Ghostbusters one, which is a gorgeous slimy green. We need to pull this up here and go back through this again. There's also the Creeping It Real. And then when I looked on the site, it was like, oh my gosh, there is another color that they added, and it was a Chucky inspired one. Well, they sent it to me to go ahead and check it out, and you know I'm going to start another sweater. Like, it's just gonna happen. I have 5 sweaters going right now just with their yarn, and very, very confident that they are all gonna get done by October. Honestly, I think by October 1st, they will all be done. I was hoping that it would be at least by Halloween, but I'm feeling really good about these. I don't know, this pattern, I'm just flying through it. There's a bunch of different weights for this yarn too. So the last round I had, oh, I can already smell the wool yarn in here. You know it's gonna be a good day when I can smell the wool coming out of this bag. But yeah, so there's like a DK weight, there's a worsted weight. The ones that I had, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Child's Play inspired yarn. DK weight, 80/20 Merino Superwash blend. And then it has, again, right there, a little thing to scan for all the washing instructions. Highly recommend checking this out if you've never used Arcane Fiberworks yarn before. It has a really nice introduction of how to handle hand-dyed yarn. Once you make it into things, like what do you do next? How do I wash it? I have a couple of pieces that are accessories, but I'm just navigated towards wearables constantly. I don't know. This has to be a sweater, right? I mean, get some overalls, make this sweater, get a little bit of red paint, splatter that all over the overalls, and now I have a Chucky costume. I already have the wig. I have the Good Guys ruler. I think I have the Good Guys axe too. And a couple of enamel pins I did find. That's the only thing I need to figure out. Do I want to make this a sweater as like a pullover? So inspired by what Chucky's actually wearing, or do I want to do a cardigan with pockets? And there's new colorways on their site already. We did not chat that long ago about Arcane Fiberworks Halloween, and there's already new colors. What's it called? Pretty Little Pebbles from the Fae. That's gorgeous. And I mean, it's just constant. They always have new stuff out. Even though they have new colorways consistently, it's not like these go away very quickly either. So they just have a ton of colorways at any given moment in time. I'm gonna have to check that one out actually. To Spread Your Wings also. Little monarch butterfly inspired. That is definitely giving some fall vibes right there. There's the inspo picture. Incredibly excited to get going on this. This is why I don't want to leave it alone. They do show you the different weights so you can kind of see the colorway, what it's gonna look like on that weight. Obviously it's hand-dyed yarn, so every single hank is going to be a little bit different. These are pieces of art, you know, so they each have like their own little characteristic, which I love that about it. But we go from fingering weight all the way up to a chunky, bulky yarn. So if you want to make some socks out of these too, so like look at that, it's very airy. It's still a DK weight, but it has a lot of softness, a lot of flexibility to it. Okay, and I think there was some other colors. Oh yeah, there's an accent color in here too. The avocado. Oh my gosh, this is quickly becoming one of my favorite accent pieces of theirs. Like I said, I've been working up that Ghostbusters inspired sweater, and this is the ribbing on it. And the more I use it, the more I'm like, I kind of want an entire sweater of this. Like, it's just so perfect. It's so poppy. It's a really fun just to play around with different weights every once in a while. Though I love my medium number 4 weight yarn, it's just like my go-to because I can use either a 5 or a 5.5 crochet hook, and it just, I fly with it, you know? I know the pattern that I want to use. The pace I can go is pretty quick at this point in time, and like I can crank out sweaters. Obviously, like I said, I have 5 of them and they are basically finished. Because if I'm not going to do pockets, I'm just going to do the exact same sweater that I had planned, which means it's a double crochet stitch that I'm using. Another reason why it worked up rather quickly. Oh, we have another accent piece. Midnight. Oh, that is gorgeous. So intense, highly saturated pigment right there. Maybe I should do both of these as the ribbing and kind of really play up the Child's Play. Everything's a little bit patchworky maybe. I don't know, maybe do like one sleeve a different color. This is the base, black stitches all over it. Oh, we have one more. Never mind. We have one more accent color. And this is the bright red. Oh my gosh. Okay. So these three all need to be used, right? Maybe like bottom ribbing, left sleeve, right sleeve. Okay, I love that direction. Oh, they also sent a Child's Play and fingering weight yarn. Matching pair of socks. Oh, heck yes. It is official. I need to set aside a day now to just sit down and work up with my sock machine. I haven't touched that thing for an entire month. It has just been sitting there waiting for me to work up some socks. What's gonna happen is one day it's just gonna hit me and I'm like, I feel like making socks today. Wake up super early and just spend a full 24 hours cranking out socks. It's just kind of how it goes. I just fixate on different things. Right now it's sweaters. Before that it was blankets. And who knows, it could literally be tomorrow I wake up and think, let's make some socks. Let's make 13 pairs of socks. Why not? Which is one of the reasons that I invested in that knitting machine, the sock knitting machine. It goes so quick. It's like 2 hours. And I can have a full sock, start to finish. That is so wild to me, even still. And I've had this since, what, January, I think? Maybe February? One of those 2 months. At the beginning of this year, that's when I first got the sock machine and started playing around with it. And again, look how airy that is. Just beautiful. These are going to be an incredibly soft pair of socks. We have DK weight compared to fingering weight yarn. And you can see, I mean, the colorway is really consistent. Obviously, once I cake these up, we're gonna see a little variation in it, which again, hand-dyed yarn, totally love that about it. But seeing them side by side, they both scream Child's Play. You know, like these are the colors. It's just the weight has changed a little bit. Okay, sock, set you there. We have another variation. We also have the Child's Play in bulky. Wow. Okay, this colorway. Look at how that just exploded on it. I feel like the red just really has a moment in this one. And it could be because of this bulky yarn, how chunky it is. Okay, a beanie, right? This needs to be a beanie. In order, we have fingering weight yarn on the bottom, DK weight, and bulky yarn. And it's a bulky, does it say? Bulky weight, what size? So it goes from a number 1, number 4, and number 5 bulky weight yarn. And this size I can throw on my Addy knitting machine. And I like to do the fold over brim. You fold it over and then crank the yarn over top of that. So very, very fluffy on the bottom, super warm when it's folded over since it just has a little bit of extra bulk to it. And this again is 100 grams, right? Yes, 100 grams merino superwash. It's been a while since I've worked up with their bulky weight yarn. We're gonna start to get into the fall and winter season here. This could be my first beanie that I make of the season. I will definitely have some of these accent colors left too, so maybe I should use some of these for like the beanie? What do we think? Bulky weight in the middle and then do that on the bottom for the like fold over brim? We have one more, and this is the worsted weight. We have all 4 of the weights of yarn here in the yarn dungeon today. Child's Play, so we saw it in the picture. Since I have these two, the bulky and the worsted, I could actually do like beanie with the bulky and then fingerless mitts with the worsted weights. Just make this whole costume in preparation for the absolute coldest day in October. Because that definitely does happen. Like sometimes it's really, really nice when I want to wear a costume out. Other times it'll be 90 degrees or it'll be -10. Like that's just Minnesota weather. You literally never know what it's going to be on Halloween weekend. It's totally up in the air. Any suggestions of things that you'd like to see this worked up into? Please let me know, especially for the bulky and the worsted. Feel pretty confident about doing the beanie and the fingerless mitts to match, but if we want to see something else, I'm game. Like I'm ready to go with this stuff. I did check our 100 night movie marathon list of like what is the movie tonight, because I know that I put one of the Chuckies on there. I'm pretty sure it's Seed of Chucky. That one is definitely my favorite of the entire series. But I will watch all of them, like everything through and through. I think that's the only one that I have in DVD form though, which is kind of a shame because I love that series. I just honestly couldn't find any other ones out thrifting, and that was kind of the whole thing for my 100 movies this year, is I wanted to have them in DVD form, especially since I found this box TV. I'm like, I just want to sit up here, crochet, work up our C2C blanket, and have DVDs going. Sadly, it is not Chucky tonight, but it is another super campy one. Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. Another one that it has an incredible ambiance. The color palette that they chose for this, it brings me so much joy. Just a good campy time, and it really helps get me in the spooky season too. Especially today, it's like crazy sunny out, so I think I'm just gonna like pull the blinds, grab an extra blanket, watch this. So I do have this here, a little side note here. This is actually a little shrug that I've been using as like to hang out in while I'm watching movies because it's basically a wearable blanket and I love it. However, I'm kind of thinking I want to take the stitches out now and use it as a throw on the back of my couch or even up here. No, it can't be up here because we're changing this. It's going to be all green and pink and vibrant, slimy, all the colors like that. Punkoween, that's what we're doing. On my couch downstairs, I could do trick or treat. I don't know, I think I have a lot of these shrugs. I just like this color so much. Just a classic Halloween. Totally random there, but I just was thinking about that this morning. Do I leave it a shrug? Do I make it a throw? I don't really know. Let's just run through their site one more time to make sure that we know this is officially, I mean, because even though Child's Play, I would use this any single day of the year, definitely part of their Halloween release. They do release spooky stuff all throughout the year, so who knows? There could be more coming. We have no clue, but I just want to make sure. There's a spot on their website right when you clicked on their front page and it says newest colorways. Click on that and let's see what we have. View all. So there's 12 new colorways. Scroll all the way down, we have the classic Christmas and then Child's Play right underneath it. So I feel confident that we're caught up with everything that they have. Look at this one though, Till Death Do Us Part. I have so many of Arcane Fiberworks green colorway yarn. Red and green, they do those really, really well, and there's so many of them. But this one, I've been going back and forth of making another sweater with it. It's a very like grungy green, and I don't really have any like that. I have like very bright poppy greens of theirs. I have one that's just through and through green, like green gradients. But this one has a little bit of brown, a little, is there any black? No, there's like brown, teal, and a little yellow to it. Also, okay, one last one that I'm on the fence about too. This Autumn Trails. It looks like a caramel macchiato. We made it all the way down here now to the Ghostbusters inspired one. Just gotta show it again. Like the green, it's a showstopper. It really is. It needs to have its attention on it at all time. It's gonna be a wild sweater once it's all put together, especially with the avocado as the ribbing. Just very ready for these sweaters to get done here. I just cannot wait to be covered in this. Like have my own handmade Child's Play inspired sweater. Just wanna cake all of this up at once. That way I can just keep going. Because the other ones, I've been caking them up as I need it for my sweater, and it does pause the process a little bit, which is why I don't have the one sleeve done from the Creepin' It Real. I ran out of yarn. I didn't have anything else caked up. So for this one, we'll set an entire day of caking it up and then starting to work on this again. But for now, I'm gonna let you go, but thanks for hanging out with me, checking out the brand new Child's Play. If you have not checked out Arcane Fiberworks and you're not following them on Insta or in their newsletter, check them out everywhere. They are fantastic. Have a super spooky rest of your day, and I will see you ghouls tomorrow.